In this video, we will talk about some of the main aspects of the social and economic life of people around the world during the 20th century. And we will compare it to nowadays to see some of the similarities and differences that we have.
Using Powtoon. Using Powtoon.
Finally, talking about the last period discussed in this paper and investigation, the decade between 1970s and 1980s were full of plot twists that marked a before and after of the economic history of the world. During the 1970s decade, the rivalry between the two ideologies were in their maximum point, but it's important to say that this point was also the beginning of the fall of the socialism. At the last comparison of this investigation, there are many aspects in which these last decades are similar from today, but also there are some differences that can be very remarkable. First of all, in one hand, there are some differences that distinguishes a lot that period from today. And the most clear one was that in the late 1980s, the so-called satellite states that were members of the Soviet Union started to make themselves independent of the regime by entering into a market economy or the capitalism. This process was more forced than it should, and this produced problems inside the country such as inflation, unemployment, and lack of economic growth. During those days, people were not that happy with their governments because there was a recession caused by the stagflation. In other words, stagnation, the country was not growing, and inflation at the same time. We can also compare the 70s and the 80s as a society from today. The tensions between the two ideologies are not as marked as they were in those days, but there are conflicts that can be compared, such as the conflict between North Korea and the United States with the nuclear weapons, or even the issues in the Middle East. During those days and today, there are still problems caused because of power and politics. Also, the empowerment of capitalism is another similarity between now and then. The road and the decisions that took the capitalism were the right ones, because they adopted some policies that made them evolve into something more attractive, as well as the wrong administration of the USSR made later a separation in the satellite countries of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War.